Alright, here we go. This is Operation No Name of Global War 1936 version 3, playing with the Electron as the Axis and Nathan as the Comintern, and I'll be playing the Allies. So let's get started with UK first turn. So let's start with some tech rolls. So we're going to be going for long-range aircraft and radar. So let's roll those. And we'll zoom in and we see they got an 8 for long range aircraft and a 2 for radar. So go ahead and move that forward. Stay on par with the Germans. Let's see, for purchases, so we get our free destroyer and our free submarine. The British are going to upgrade to militia to infantry. That's why I always flip infantry upside down. For 4, an infantry for 7, and an AA for 11. All money spent. The FEC is going to buy an infantry, and you know what? I jacked that up. This one is an infantry, and then this one's supposed to be a militia upgrade. So copy like that and flip it over. And that's all 5 of theirs spent. And then the FEC is going to buy. No, I got that wrong again. It's a militia upgrade for 2, save $1. Alright, so there's obviously no combat, so it's just going to go into a lot of non-combat. First, let's take this British seaplane, let's bring it down to Gibraltar. Next, let's rail this mountain brigade south, play a switcheroo, put these 2 militia into London and the infantry out here. We're going to move our fighter, our transport plane, and our medium bomber all into the Midlands. We'll leave that militia up there for now. We're going to create a fleet here in A21, and we're going to start stacking up all the ships that are around the British homeland. I apologize, this is probably not very exciting, but it needs to be done. Heavy cruiser. I usually keep transports off of the fleet. Destroyer. Destroyer. This transport will stay over here. Put this torpedo boat destroyer will move over. Still got more heavy cruisers. Light cruiser. Another destroyer. I think that's it for ships up here. Down here in the south, we will also start to create a fleet here in A44. So we've got a light cruiser, destroyer. This submarine will go 1, 2, 3 all the way through the Suez. We'll take this light carrier. We will take this battleship. Oops. Let's see, what else do we got? Heavy cruiser and a destroyer. Almost got it where I want it. Alright. Then, what else am I moving over here? Nothing else down here in Africa. But I will create another fleet over here in I-4. We're going to bring this light carrier 1, 2, 3, 4. We will bring this battleship 3. And of course, whatever, I'll clean it up afterwards. Along with, let's see, a destroyer and a heavy cruiser. Pick all those up over here. This FEC transport will just stay here. This one will come around, join the fleet. But if I want to keep it straight, keep it off the task force marker, like I said. British coastal sub is going to hang out next to the Philippines. That destroyer will stay there. Light cruiser can go 1, 2, 3. And then this destroyer, 1, 2, 3, same. Actually, this I will take this over to the fleet. I'll mention it's not as important for us to say what's moving where, because we are sharing this TTS file between all of us, so it makes it much easier. Okay, I think that's it for movement. Just consolidating those 3 fleets. Just double check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's place some units. So we've got a militia upgrade that's going into Sydney. So we'll get rid of this militia. Drop an infantry there. In Calcutta, we've got an infantry going into the factory. And then this militia up here in Delhi will be upgraded. And I missed one. I need to rail this infantry down to Calcutta. And I might as well walk this Gurkha back. Okay. Then for the British, we'll grab the sub and the destroyer and everything else. So we'll build the sub here. We'll add the destroyer to this fleet. The 1 militia upgrade is going into Ottawa. Delete that militia. The other upgrade is going all the way down into South Africa. And then the AA we built in London. And the other infantry also in London. All right, I think that's it for movement and purchases and placing units for them. Let's see, Anzac gets 5 to have 6. The FEC, no, excuse me, they get 3 to now 4. The FEC, they get up to 6. And up to 12 for the British. Let me just double check, make sure that's right. 12 for the British, 5, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So, excuse me, that's 5. All right. Next, we'll pivot over to the French. The French do have a tech to roll, I guess. I like to do advanced artillery for them. So we'll roll. It's a 1, doesn't matter. For their purchases, they're going to lend lease a mountain. They'll place their free sub and they'll buy a militia. Spend all 6. Obviously no combat, so move. Non-combat move. So first, this will be our strategic naval movement. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3. Make sure I get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is no port up here, so they actually have to stop here. So it's not really a strategic naval move. They stop here at this minor port. And why not? We'll drop the dude off there. That's the militia. Otherwise, we're going to take our 2 subs. They're going to start moving 1, 2, 3. We'll add the 3rd sub to it. This transport will grab the Foreign Legion and move him up in there. Let's see. The rest of their fleet, we will consolidate. That's all Republican stuff. Well, at least we'll start to consolidate out here. Except for this stuff. That will move into A22. I'll get a fleet for that. The rest of their stuff doesn't really matter, but we'll start to consolidate into Paris. Move this infantry up here. Keep the mountain there. Move the trucks into Paris. This infantry into Paris. What do we got? Yeah, we'll leave those 3 there. Alright, there's stuff to place. So they'll start by delivering their mountain lend-lease into Abyssinia through this minor port. They'll build their sub here in the Med at this shipyard. And then their militia, they will go ahead and place into Paris. Why not? And they're at, I believe, 7 is their income. Yep, 7. So they collect 7 for the next turn. Alright, that's it for the Commonwealth and France. Pass it back over to the Italians. Cheers.